What's up guys, Eric here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the upcoming Blue Beetle movie. It's right around the corner. But before we talk about this and I give my thoughts and opinions on all of the stuff that's going on with Blue Beetle, I just want to remind everybody that WGA and SAG-AFTRA are on strike. The writer's strike has been going on for over 60 days now. The actor's strike just started. The directors have already got a deal, but we still have writers and actors who are on strike. And the stuff that we love, all of this content would not be possible without the labor, the blood, sweat, tears, the hard work from the writers and the actors who are currently on strike. So make sure you're showing them love and bringing awareness to that because the TV shows and the movies that we love would not be possible without the dedication of these people in Hollywood. Do not cry for the studios. The studios are not the victims here. They make obscene amounts of money off the back of creatives. It's exploitative the way it works. So make sure you're fighting for the creatives out there. It's the studios. Look, the people at the top end are not going to suffer. The vast majority of people working in Hollywood are not millionaires. They're not making, tons of money making this stuff. They're doing it because they love doing it, but they just want to be able to provide for their family. So look, support them. Writers, actors, you got my support. Studios are just facilitators for this art. So there we go. So let's get into this with Blue Beetle. We watched the trailer the other day. Unfortunately, I was checking the trends for it. It wasn't trending very well. I checked a couple websites, and it seems like the internet interest in Blue Beetle is extremely low. And that could be a lot of reasons. We have Barbie and Oppenheimer are obviously cluttering the space with just massive amounts of, fan reception. So that's happening. We also have all of the other drama with Indiana Jones sort of stumbling at the box office, not pulling in the numbers that Disney wanted. Obviously going to be an issue financially for them, creatively. I don't know. Really comes down to personal opinion. But then we got the Blue Beetle trailer, which was like a pretty long trailer for me. I felt like it showed quite a lot of the movie. I was a little bit critical about that. I said, well, maybe it's showing too much. Well, according to Puck News, and we would go to Puck News directly, but it's a subscription service. And as of right now, I do not have a subscription to that. But this is the part from the article that I think is quite important. For what we talk about over here. Warner Brothers had thought about delaying Blue Beetle until 2024, but decided against it. The film released on August 18th. So apparently they were concerned as well about, I guess, the general lack of interest in Blue Beetle in terms of like pop culture. And I'm not talking about us. Look, we love Blue Beetle. We are all fans of Blue Beetle. We want to see this character, but there just hasn't been a lot of push for this movie. It's getting released at the end of a cluttered slate of films. It's going to be still in theaters, Oppenheimer and Barbie will probably have been fizzling out by then. So it's going to be in theaters at the tail end of two big films, but there's a lot of breathing room for this film. When I looked up what it's up against, it doesn't have a ton of competition. So that's kind of good for the movie. But at the end of the day, is it going to drive people to theaters? Are they going to want to spend their money going to see this film? And it seems like Warner Brothers was a little bit concerned. The fact that they considered this and then recanted on it tells me that they don't expect this movie to do anything. They don't expect this movie to make them a lot of money. They don't have a lot of faith in this film. This is a situation of, I think, like Disney did with a few of their animated features, we just have to put it out. And it's unfortunate because Zolo here is perfect for this. Like, when I heard about this casting, I was like, this is spot on, right? For me, it made a lot of sense. I know James Gunn has been very sort of like, hey, we want to continue Blue Beetle in the DCU or whatever. But if this movie underperforms, I don't see any path for that. I don't see anywhere for that to go, for that to move beyond what it is. So I am very concerned about Blue Beetle. I hope it's a success, but the combination of the ongoing strike, which means the cast isn't going to be out there promoting the movie up until release unless the actor strike wraps up very soon. I hope it does. There's no guarantee. But if that's the case, I am concerned about this movie. It has 120 million top end production cost, which means that, yeah, maybe it doesn't necessarily need a ton of money to turn a profit. But we're talking about a film that already isn't generating a lot of buzz off of the trailers. Now, if this movie were pulling in like the interest of, say, like, Deadpool or, any of the other films that were sort of that were cheaper to make, if it were pulling in that kind of interest, I could see it breaking through that ceiling and making a ton of money. But at this point, I honestly don't want to be like the sky is falling. I don't see it happening. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this movie does very good financially, and I hope that fans like it as well. Warner Brothers DC has really sort of painted itself into a corner right now because we have 2 movies left before we get out of this whole era of film. Even though this is technically a DCU film, I feel like it's still sort of under that banner that we have with a lot of the disinterest in DC at the moment. And then we have Aquaman coming. And then after that, we have the second Joker movie that's going to be coming out, you know, next year, which is so vastly different from these. I don't think it's going to be affected by any of the drama that's going on with the DCU. But I am slightly concerned. And I hope that everybody does consider supporting this movie, because I think that the cast and the creatives behind it really worked hard on this film. And you can kind of see that it's almost like a passion project for a lot of the people involved. And I feel like it should be celebrated. And it's just got so many things going against it at the moment. And I don't know. What are your thoughts and opinions on this? I want to know down in the comments below. Do you think they should have delayed it until next year? What do you think about it turning over a profit financially? How do you think it's going to be creatively? Did you enjoy the trailer? I did a trailer video on it last week, but let's talk about this. Should it have been delayed? That's essentially what I'm asking. Do you think they should have delayed this film until next year? Let me know all that in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this content, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We do videos like this almost every single day. We have live streams a couple times a week. You can also follow me on Twitch at Airrick's Reloaded, and make sure you check me out there. Give me a like on this video, and definitely leave a comment down below with all your thoughts and opinions. That's pretty much it. Again, support the actors and the writers out there striking. Without them, none of this would be possible. Take care. See you in the next video.